color of my shirt tells you that the next color we're gonna be crocheting is the color brown. Hey, it's Tammy, Crafty Mompreneur. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. It is time to start another crochet color challenge. And guess what? The color of my shirt tells you that the next color we're gonna be crocheting is the color brown. Now, I have to say, when brown came up on the color wheel as the next color that we were gonna crochet, I was a little bit like, I don't really have very much brown yarn, and I mean, how many things really are there to crochet that are brown? And then you guys came back with the comments of all the different things that you can crochet with brown. Now, I'm just worried that I don't have enough brown yarn to crochet all of these things, but I'm gonna do my best. So we are gonna kick off this Crochet Everything Brown challenge. And I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do this video. I don't have anything else going on, but I think I might get bored crocheting everything brown. I don't know. Like, we're just gonna play it by ear and see when I start this challenge, because with the pink challenge, I filmed the intro thinking that I was gonna crochet like pink things all month and then just see how many pink things, blah, blah, blah. But it didn't really work out that way. So I am just gonna say, let's just crochet some things that are brown, and I'll just film clips whenever I crochet something brown, and we will just see how it goes, because I mean, the pink video turned out pretty good, and I think I had 15 items. So I'm gonna shoot for 20. I'm going big because you guys came back with a lot of different options. I already set up my color wheel. So here's my color wheel. I'm just gonna spin anytime that I wanna crochet something brown, and we're gonna do it that way, because with 25 different things on this wheel, I think I'll be good for a while. And it's a variety of things. Some of them are snugglers, some of them are little critters, some are things I've made a lot, like chickens. So it's a good variety of things, and so I'm excited to get this challenge kicked off. The first thing we need to do, though, is to go and gather all the yarn. And lucky for you, I have already pulled it all. So let's go check out all the brown yarn that I have. Okay, so here is what I pulled from the wall of yarn. And this is a little of that Sweet Snuggles Light Java, I think. Java, I think. So it's really dark brown. It looks kind of black, but it's dark brown. And then this is variegated with, I thought I could, I mean, it's got other colors in it, but I did that. This, I was thinking, it's kind of like a caramely. I don't know if I'm gonna use that or not. This is orangey brown, so I think that qualifies. Got a little bit of this. I can make like, I don't know what with that. We've got some variegated. This is like a tan. I'm including tan in this because I don't have a separate category for tan. This and this, I think I'm going to be making a turtle, the giant turtle with that, with some green. I have a couple of different colors of brown of this, and so I like to separate it from this, because otherwise it makes something really huge. And so I'm going to see about making something with that. This is a great yarn for Loaf cats, so I think I'm gonna do that. I do have a couple shades of tan and a brown of Naughty Ball. Like, this is the other Naughty Ball that I have. And then, let's see, I of course got some baby sand. And this is like tan and gray of Sweet Snuggles, but I don't know. And then I do have some brown Parfait Chunky that I could do something with. And then this is the other one that I got at Hobby Lobby. What is this, like $3 for this? But it's also that kind that you have to separate. Otherwise, I really don't know what I would make out of it, because I only have 2 skeins of it, which I don't think is enough for much of a plushie. So that is what I have for brown yarn. So I guess let's just, you know, get this brown challenge started. What I'm gonna do is I have some clips and things to show you, and that kind of takes you through the whole like process. And I think how I'm gonna set up the video is I did use a spinning wheel to help me decide what to crochet because there were so many great ideas to crochet things that were brown in my last video. So what I did is I put them all on the spinning wheel and I kind of just spinned the wheel and, you know, picked my projects that way. I do have some clips for you. I'm going to share all those and then I'm going to come back at the end and we're going to show you all the finished projects. So let's get to those clips. Okay, so for a kangaroo, I need 190 yards. Plus, if I want to do the little one, I need 60 more yards. So I was going to use this, but there's not enough in one skein. And I don't have enough of that. So I think what I'm going to do is use this reddish brown. I mean, it's kind of orangish, reddish, brown, but I think this would be a good kangaroo color. And we're just going to go with it for the kangaroo and the little baby one. Not really brown, but it's okay. So this is as far as I was able to get on my treadmill walk the last day or two on the kangaroo. I do need to stuff the head before I can move on. So I didn't get a chance to do that because I was working on those. So I'm going to go ahead and let the spinning wheel pick another plushie for me to make today that's brown. And then we'll finish up both of these a little bit later. Okay, so I guess I'm going to do a monkey. Now I need to decide which monkey to do. So I think I might do the mini Mama Made Minis monkey. I'm pretty sure I have that one. So let me look for that pattern and get this plushie started. Okay, I found the pattern. It's Mav the Monkey by Mama Made Minis. And I'm going to use this dark taupe from Burnett. And then for the contrast, we will use this baby sand, I think. It looks kind of gray on camera, but it really is tan. So that's it. Okay, I finished the arms, the head, and the tail, which I don't love making little tubes. You guys know that. But I did that in about 46 minutes. So this is as far as I can go on this one. And I guess I'll work on this one and the kangaroo at the same time later on. So I got sunflower turtle. So I am going to hopefully have enough of this to do the shell for a sunflower turtle. And then I'm just going to use this deep green and mustard from Sweet Snuggles Light. And at least I can maybe get rid of this brown. If I run out of this, I'll just use a tan that I have to finish it out. But I'm going to start with this for the shell. So I just finished the shell and I literally had that much left. So this, I guess that will go in the scrap bin, and now I can go ahead and make the flippers and the head now that I know I have a shell. Okay, so for my treadmill walk today, I think I'm gonna these are kind of brown, right? Brown enough, right? So we are gonna do a couple maple chickens out of these. And I got my printed pattern today just because. And yeah. Okay, so I got Teddy Bear, and ironically, yesterday I saw a video by Mimi Makes Crochet, who was making teddy bears, or was making the Briggs bear out of this yarn, Big Twist Plush, and she was using the Mama Made Minis patterns. So I have the Briggs bear, so I'm gonna see if I can get 2 Briggs bears out of this. I'm not sure if I can. It may not be enough, but we'll see, because I want to do the plushy version and I want to do the knotted lovey version because they're both really cute. So okay, here is where I'm at with my little hot dog pup. I had 2 kind of almost full skeins of this in the Parfait Chunky that I was trying to get rid of. So I'm hoping that this is enough to do the body. I think it is. It said you needed 2 skeins of this color in the pattern. So fingers crossed that I have enough, because I'm not buying Parfait Chunky anymore. But I would have to finish this. So wish me luck. And then we're gonna do the bun out of that. And then this will be the ketchup and mustard. So it's coming together. So I've had 2 skeins of this yarn since I started crocheting and went to the Hobby Lobby clearance. So it's been a couple years, and it's appropriately named Fawn. So I'm going to be using this to make the Mama Made Minis little knotted snuggler and a deer. And what I like to do is separate the yarn from the fur part. And I have already done the first skein. So here's like the blanket yarn, and then here's the fur. And the pattern calls for like 70 something yards of this kind, and this one is 62. So I'll just need a little bit more of this one, but I'll be able to get 2 little Mama Made Minis out of this. I'm gonna do a knotted snuggler out of the blanket, and I think I'm gonna go for the plushy version with that fur yarn and see how it goes. And I'll just have to use a little bit of this to make up for the rest. So hoping I have enough, but we will see as the brown color challenge continues. So here is what my brown yarn pile is looking like. It literally doesn't even look like I made a dent, but I finished up a skein of this and started a new one, and I still have another project to do with that. I finished off a skein of this, and so this is what's left of another skein. There's some other ones I want to show you in the recap, but oh, and then I finished off a lot of this. So yeah, I don't think I really made much of a dent. I do have another project for that to do this month, I think. And yeah, so say goodbye to the brown. And I guess we'll find out here in a few what the next color will be. Okay, so now what I'm gonna try and do is go in order of how I crocheted them throughout the month, because I think it's been about a month since my last color challenge. So they may be a little bit out of order, and it's okay. But the very first one that I got on the spinning wheel was Kangaroo. And I had been wanting to make this plushie since I got the pattern, and I just hadn't done it yet. And once I started on it, I realized that it was much bigger than I thought it was going to be, but it's really cute. And I think I mean, I think I'm pretty proud of myself on these embroidered eyes, but it's not done yet because I still need to make the little baby that goes in the pouch. Okay. So this will be like, you know, I'm hoping to get it done before the end of the month so I can include them both in like the July recap. But for now, for the Crochet Everything brown, kind of reddish brown, I guess, we have the Kangaroo from Mama Made Minis. This is a pattern that has both the mama and the baby. And then it has the little pouch to put the little baby in, which I'm so excited to make. I have enough of this yarn to probably make the baby. So I'm excited to make the little Joey. It's called a Joey, right? When a baby. But look at her little eyes. And then I just picked random colors for the little, the pouch. I didn't follow the pattern exactly of what colors they said to use. But here she is. I think Kin and Kilf. I can't remember the name of them, but so cute. So cute. So there's my first brown plushie. That's not really brown. It's kind of reddish brown, I guess. But it still works. The next one that I got on the spinning wheel, I think, was a monkey. And for that monkey, I can't remember if I have made this one before or not. I have a whole bunch of the Mama Made Minis patterns, probably maybe all but just a couple. There's just a couple that I was just like, I don't really like the way that one looks or whatever. But for the majority of them, I have probably almost all of them. Let's just put it that way, because I do love them so much. And they do sell for me pretty good at markets. Now, I have yet to sell one online, but I'm still working on getting like my shop kind of set up online, right? But whatever. But here's little Mav the monkey and his little embroidered eyes. So cute. He's got the little toes on the little hand, you know, the little hands. Funny story about this. Funny story. I was crocheting this and I had a bunch of like the heads done, and then I needed to do the bodies and the arms and everything. And when I had done this, I don't know, I think I forgot that I had already made the arms. And so I do have an extra set of arms for this little guy, because so I guess now I need to make another monkey with the rest of this yarn because I have 2 arms. So I guess these are going to go into the work in progress bag. But I do love how this little monkey turned out. And the next thing that I got on the wheel was chocolate chip cookie. So when I put chocolate chip cookie on the list, I immediately thought of the little cookie mouse that Robin at Knotting Hook Crochet has. And so I got her pattern and I made the little cookie. And I planned to make the mouse, but I didn't get a chance to do that. So this goes also into the work in progress bin. But then I wanted a finished project. So I went ahead and used that cookie kind of pattern as the beginning of another cookie that I could put on a keychain. And I used the smaller yarn because I'm kind of making all of my keychains out of like Posh, Naughty Ball, that kind of yarn. And so this one is with like a blanket type yarn. And then I made this one, but added an extra round of a single crochet increase. And they're about the same size. I just wanted all my keychains to be kind of the same type of material. So I did that and then put that on a keychain. So we have 2 work in progress cookie and a keychain cookie. Next on the spinning wheel was a Loaf cat. So I did use the Anne Caraway Art kitten pattern that I like. And again, I'm just trying to build up my inventory for fall markets, and then should I decide to like put everything online, I'm not even sure what I'm doing anymore. I haven't actually signed up for any markets in the fall yet. They usually send out the email to sign up for the one that we normally do in July. So we should be getting an email any day. for the fall season signups, and then I have to decide like dates and things like that. So I did end up making 2 loaf cats in the variegated yarns. Come to think of it, I probably should have just done a solid brown cat, but I don't know, I don't know if I've ever really seen a solid brown cat. But here are 2 little loaf cats. Next, I got Sunflower Turtle, and this is one that you saw in my roundup for June. But I used the Sweet Snuggles Light and All From Jade's Tiana Turtle pattern to make this little sunflower turtle. I did get my hands on some more, just a little bit more Sweet Snuggles Light. I bought some off of Hook Crochet Co. She was destashing, so I got some more of this color. And then I got a whole skein of this. So I kind of want to, I'm not sure, what should I make with this green? I mean, I could make another sunflower turtle or make a couple of them so that I have a few, because I do love this pattern. I don't think I have any more eyes though. Or the next one I got was chicken, and of course I had to just make maple chickens because they are a good seller for me and I need to build up inventory. So here are the ones I picked. I did this variegated one that has brown in it. I did this one orangish shade that has brown speckles. And then this kind of isn't really brownish, it's more caramel colored, but 3 chickens for the Crochet Everything Brown. And now I really should have done a brown chicken because I totally forgot about a brown chicken. But anyways, 3 chickens. So the next thing that showed up on the spinning wheel was Teddy Bear. And for this one, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I saw Mimi Makes Keepsakes video where she was sharing a whole bunch of bears the knotted snuggler bears that she was making, and she totally inspired me to use the plush yarn that I had from the Big Twist line in the color cardamom. I think it's this color. I had picked up a skein of that and was initially going to make turtles out of it, but I decided to go ahead and make the little bears. I don't know why did I make 2 heads? Oh, I remember what I was going to do. So my thought was to make snugglers in the Mama Made Minis mini ones and make them into a knotted version, and then also like the plushie version, and so then be able to have all of those done. So that was my reasoning as to why I made 2 heads. Okay, so I had these 2 heads, and then I was looking at the pattern and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna have enough yarn to make both of them, because it was gonna be like short, like a few, maybe 10 or 15 yards of yarn. And then I remembered seeing Mimi Makes Keepsakes putting overalls on her knotted snugglers. And I think she did like a whole video about it. And so I was like, I have never done that before, but they looked really cute. And so then I was like, all right, well, I am gonna make little bear in overalls. And I picked the green. I don't know, I went back and forth. I was like, light blue. I mean, I don't have very many colors of the plush yarn. And I try and keep it the same like size, just because I feel like it works out better for me. So I picked the green. Now I'm trying to decide, like, should I add anything to this bear? I was kind of thinking a little white flower, but then it would be just for girls, but I don't know. Like, I think it's really cute, but I'm kind of torn as to whether or not it needs anything else. So let me know what you think on that. And then the other thing I thought I would ask you guys is that now I kind of just want to make another bear in overalls with this head, rather than a little like plush guy with the plush body. And so what color should I make the overalls of the next one? Because I think that's what I want to do. I want to have 2 of these little bears, one, each in overalls in different colors. So, I mean, I have light blue, I have several different colors, like shades of blue. I don't really have like a denim looking blue though, which is kind of what I wanted, but all I have is like a royal blue. I have a light, like baby blue. I have like the neon colors. I have, which I don't think for a bear would look cute. I was thinking maybe like a rose pink would look cute. But I don't know if I think I have a light pink. I don't know if I have rose. I don't know, like what color of overalls should I give this bear? I'm leaving it, I'm gonna just get some suggestions from you guys and see. But this little one has embroidered eyes too, and I really love the little overall look. For these, what I did is I think I did a chain 11. I think I chained 11, and then I just slip stitched back into it, and then I did kind of a little, like, I tried to make it look like these were buttons, but it kind of didn't really turn out that way. But then I just single crocheted like 4 or 5 into the end of the chain, and then I sewed them on. So that's how I did the overalls for that. And I might have, I don't know, I still think it's cute. So I got the bear back there in the finished items, and I'll put the head in the work in progress bag. Next up was the hot dog pup, and you guys saw this one in my what I crocheted in June, but here it is one more time. It's by the pattern is from LA Crochet. I did it in Parfait Chunky, which I don't know. I mean, I feel like for how much work was involved with it, I should have made it in a little bit bigger yarn, and I might try it in Sweet Snuggles Light. I think I have enough of a really dark brown, but I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know if I got enough of the one color to make it in Sweet Snuggles Light, but maybe, I don't know. But here it is. The sewing that's involved is sewing the hot dog bun to the dog and sewing these on, as well as sewing the ears and the tail. If I remember right, the legs are crocheted in, but I'm gonna try it in the Cozy Cub yarn that I got and see how that one works up, and have 2 of them available for my first market back in the fall and see how they do. But they're cute. Next up was an otter, and I've shared about this free pattern before, but I had never made it, and I was not expecting it to be kind of a life-size otter when I made it. But here's the pattern that I used, and in the pictures it doesn't really look like it's as big as it really is, but I mean, look, like it's a decent size, but it is really cute. Like, look at the little otter, he's really cute. This pattern is supposed to be like a snuggler pattern, and you're not supposed to stuff the body, but when it's made in blanket yarn, I kind of just felt like it needed some stuffing. So I stuffed the body on this. Maybe if you make it with a smaller yarn, you wouldn't need to. But the other reason I wanted to stuff it is because I think it just looks cute with the safety eyes, and that makes it not really baby safe. And I try and make all my like snugglers like baby safe. And so I just feel like, you know, this is going to be for a kid that's over 3 because those gigantic eyes. I finally got to use some 30mm eyes though, but they're just like the glitter, like the disc eyes. And I just tried to make it like the pattern suggested. But again, the only difference is I stuffed it. I just think it looks squishy and cute with it stuffed. The only thing I don't love is how this sewing of the neck turned out. They have you crochet the top of the body closed, and look, if I was to make this again in Burnett Blanket, I would probably not close the head and I would just sew it on. She has you do that because it's not supposed to be stuffed. So that's just my only comment on that. I just love the little squishiness of it. I just think it's really cute. So I finally made an otter. Okay, I think the next thing that came up on the spinning wheel was Pop-Tart. I think this is the cookies and cream flavor that has the chocolate on the back and then the white on the front. But yeah, and then I did make some little keychain ones with the tan, but I didn't bring those up. So I think I made a couple miniature keychains as well. So, and you guys have seen this before, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. We are down to our last 3 that I made, and for this one I got deer / fawn, and I knew I wanted to make one of the I knew I wanted to make the Mama Made Minis, a little deer, and wasn't really super excited about any of the brown colors because, I mean, I feel like when I had made the big deer in a certain color of brown, and I just wasn't feeling any of the browns until I saw this one sitting on my counter, on my table. And this is actually called Fawn, Snuggle Season Fawn. And I was like, not feeling like doing fur yarn just yet, but I really wanted to use this color because I did like this color. So I took it upon myself to separate the yarn. If you know, you know. If you don't know, when you have fur yarn, you can separate it from each other, and then you have like a fur piece, and then what seems to be like blanket yarn, right? It's a pain. But when I looked at the number of yards on the skein, I was like, okay, it'll be enough to make one of the little Mama Made Minis, knotted snugglers. So I was like, all right. So I spent a good amount of time unwinding the other skein of this that I had. And so here's my fur yarn that I get to make something out of at some point. And here is the cute little fawn that I made out of the other. So she's just the cutest. Oh, she's just the cutest little deer. I just love how cute and tiny she is. And then I embroidered her eyes. The light's not the greatest. It's so cute. So in comparison to the monkey, so here they are side by side. I mean, I feel like they're about the same. Yeah. See, they're about the same. I don't know why the fawn just seems so much more smaller, but it's not. Like, I think it's just not as many stitches around as the monkey. But yeah, so she turned out really cute. Not sure when I'll get to making something out of the fur yarn. I feel like that's something that I have to be in the mood to do. But I do want to, I'm debating on making the plushie version of the fawn in the fur yarn because I think that would be really cute. But we'll see. I guess stay tuned to my channel to see when I decide to tackle some fur yarn projects. The next one that I got was Turtle, and you guys saw this one in my roundup, and this is actually probably the 3rd time you've seen it, if I'm being honest, because yeah, this is. But this is the tiny turtle from the Share the Love challenge. This was the little turtle from that. I haven't made any more, but this was a part of the brown challenge also because the shell is brown. So, turtle. And the very last one is also a repeat from previous videos. Here is the capybara that I made from the Share the Love IG challenge. I just saw that somebody just put out another capybara pattern that is very similar to this. I want to say it was Plushies. I feel like it's very similar, but I wonder if if it will have the problem of like falling forward that this one had. Let me see if I can demonstrate the falling forward issue. So when you sit it on a flat surface, it falls forward like that. So I'm just wondering like if there's a way to fix that, and if the Plushies pattern would do the same thing. I don't know. That's the only thing about this pattern that I'm just like, I hesitate to make another one because I would prefer it to just not do that, you know? Like I said in my previous video, my daughter said it's fine, but to me, it just kind of bugs me. I do still have this much left from when I made this one. But then I also got some more of this color in that grab bag that I got. So I do want to make another one because I just feel like not having one, but I think I might bite the bullet and try the other plushie coat pattern for the capybara. I don't know. Maybe I could just, I don't know. We'll see. I guess stay tuned for that. So in total, I made 13 different brown plushies. Some of them had multiples and some of them got some works in progress. I mean, there was so many more things that I wanted to make that were brown. I kind of was done. Like I needed to like move on from brown things. So now that the brown challenge is complete and I've showed you all the plushies I made, it is now time to pick a new color. So as you can see from this wheel, I did add variegated as a option for the color wheel. So we're gonna spin it and see what we get. The color for our next color challenge is yellow. Don't know like how many shades of yellow I actually have. You know what I do have though? Like I have one of those ombre skeins of yellow. So I could do something with that for the color challenge too. Maybe how many rubber ducks I can get out of that. I guess we will see. But for now, what I need you guys to do is drop in the comments any ideas that you have for things that I can crochet that are yellow, and I will get started on that challenge. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do like let's crochet everything for a week in yellow or what. So we will just see what you guys come up with for ideas and we'll go from there. So that is going to do it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thank you so much for watching and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Color, one of the little mini snugglers. I'm not